I had to strategically set up my camera in a way where you can't see the enormous pile of laundry in my office because I've not been home. I hope you're all doing well. It's been a minute. This video today is going to be more of a catch-up video, just talking about what I've been up to. There'll be a little bit of everything in here, fragrances and stuff, and all that stuff, but more of just a catch-up video, just saying hi to you guys, and hopefully I'll hear what you're all up to. Um, yeah, I've been crazy, crazy busy the last 2 weeks. I work in like the Broadway theater industry, and these past 2 weeks have been the technical rehearsal side of things, which is always a lot of work. You basically wake up, go to work, you're at work all day, you come home at night, and you go to bed and do it over again the next day. So I pretty much have not been home the past 2 weeks. I've not really had much time to do anything. And, as I've been getting back into reading as I used to, I read a couple books a week, and I barely read anything at all. I haven't had time, and there are, it's interesting saying that because there are times at work where we don't play any music or do anything for like a half an hour. We just kind of sit there while other departments are working on things. But it's kind of hard for me to read unless it's kind of completely quiet, and B, when half of my brain still needs to be turned on in case I need to jump in and do something. So reading's been slow, but thankfully we're getting to that point now where I'm getting a lot more free time. We're getting more into a regular schedule where I'll probably actually this coming, not this week, but the next week, I'll be pretty much back to making regular videos for you guys. So as always, I'd love to hear from you folks what you've been up to. What have you been reading? Have you seen any cool movies lately? Did you get any new fragrances? There is one fragrance I'd like to get that I'm not rushing to get at the moment, but it would be Happyland Studio Signature Gold, which is a flanker of I have Happyland Signature up there. Probably my favorite fragrance from the house. So yeah, if any of you have tried that, let me know what you think of it. But yeah, that'll probably be the next fragrance, maybe, but don't count on it for a little bit. Um, I do have a little fragrance thing to show you off, and I have some books, but I'm just gonna tell you like what I've been reading, what's on the agenda for that. The book I have been reading, well, the last one was Night Film by Marisha Pessl, which I've reviewed. Great book, I do recommend. The current book I'm reading, and I apologize if this is like backwards or something, I don't know. I can't, Jesus, I can't even remember the name of the book. My Heart is a Chainsaw by Stephen Graham Jones. It's been like 2 weeks and I've only read 89 pages. I normally read like 100 pages a day, so you can tell that I've been really busy. Um, so far, so good though, man. It's really good. I really enjoy it. Stephen Graham Jones is pretty highly respected. I don't think that's just me. I think everyone in that horror vein really likes him. But this one in particular, I did see it was a little more split on. Certainly, a lot of people loved it, but even three people that I know told me that they didn't really care for it. And I won't spoil anything. Obviously, I never do that. Well, I'm starting to not to get away from doing spoiler stuff, but um, so far as a summarization, it's basically about this girl, 17-year-old girl named Jade Daniels, who is obsessed with slasher films. I mean, obsessed to the point where it's all she can think and talk about, to a fault. And she's almost in a way trying to get that sort of slasher movie to kind of happen in her little town. It's an interesting read so far. I could see why people maybe don't like it because it's not just a slasher. Maybe folks were just looking for a straight up slasher novel, and it's not that. It's kind of like Scream. It's very meta. There's a reference on virtually every page to a slasher movie or something of that nature. I personally like that, so I find it fun to read. But it's a kind of slow going. I will say that it's a little slow going. I don't really care though because I just love the way that Stephen Graham Jones writes. It's something about his prose, how it's so conversational, always works for me. So the guy could write about going grocery shopping, and I would read it and love it probably. So it's great, and I'm sure that I'll probably finish this soon because, as I said, things are getting back to normal. I'm gonna have a lot of time to read more. So I am looking forward to reading this. The dust jacket's up there. take the dust jackets off when I read. A couple other books that I've been reading in ebook format. Some short story collections. I like to jump around when I read short story collections, unless it's clear that it's meant to be read in one go. Um, like I said, I have been kind of reading the Black Phone stories, which is 20th Century Ghosts by Joe Hill. I've been reading that one for a while, though. It's just kind of whenever I feel like picking it up. Great, great though. I've been reading a short story collection, Ashes and Entropy. I don't know who curated that one, but it's just a bunch of different horror authors. It's very good as well. Excellent, I should say. Every story so far has been really good. Two stories in there, one by John Langan and one by Laird Barron. If you read horror novels, you know their names, but I never read anything by them. And those two short stories were really good. So that's good. I have been reading Poking Holes by Juan Valencia, who, if you watch Plagued by Visions on here, that's him. And that's also really good. And I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, but I don't know if that guy is an author first and foremost, because, normally when you do get a YouTuber that makes or a booktuber rather, that makes a book or a short story or something, it's a little suspect sometimes. They're not pros at this. Pros, no pun intended. But man, you would think that this guy is an author first and foremost, and maybe he is, because the writing is just exceptional. It's very well written. Again, his channel, if you're not aware, is transgressive fiction and extreme horror. So trigger warnings are almost out the window with a book like that, because first off, everything is a trigger warning. People could be triggered by a piece of cheese, and I don't mean that in a funny, like, fuck trigger warnings kind of way. I just mean literally anything could be. And so if you want to read that book, careful, because it's a 10 out of 10 on the extreme factor. Just prepare yourself. I'm not actually a fan of that kind of stuff. Not that I can't handle it. It's more just, I don't know. It's just not always my cup of tea. And I read one or two of those short stories, and I'm like, what's the next crazy thing that's going to be the hook for this story? I need to take a break. But the stories I've read from it have been very good, just very disturbing. So that's that. Yeah, a lot of short story collections. And another one is John Langan. I said, oh, I read his short story in that one collection. I thought, I'm just going to read some more of his stuff, because I haven't read enough of him to tell you what I think his style is like, but I don't know, just really good. One of those authors where you read a couple of his stories and you're like, okay, I don't need to worry about this guy anymore. I'm safe with him. Safe, not, I don't know about safe story wise, for the content, but his writing abilities. The Wide Carnivorous Sky, a short story collection. I read a couple short stories in there. Just great, creative, and wonderful. So I do have some actual physical books. That I have Ohio by Stephen Markley, which I believe I did show this one off. And I don't even know what this book is about. I think I was watching Edward Lorne and he recommended this book, and I generally fall in line with how he feels about things. Not that that's a qualifier for what I'm going to like, but I just said, oh, I'm going to pick that one up. And I don't even know what this is about. I think it's a crime drama sort of thing. I don't know though, but it's very fun to often read books where you don't know what's going to happen. So I don't know if I'm going to read it next, but I'm going to read it soon. I'm looking forward to it. And then I also decided to pick up Laird Barron, just the Imago sequence, because a lot of people recommend this one. And, as I've said before, I gravitate towards hardcover novels. Let me move my coffee out of the way. Can you tell I'm tired? By the way, this coffee I made this morning does not taste good. I did something wrong, and I'm not sure what I did. And that to me means I'm really tired if I made my coffee incorrectly. I don't know what I was doing. But yeah, I don't tend to go for paperbacks. I don't even know what you would call this size. I'm kind of weird about like the physicality and formatting of books. I don't think this is a trade paperback. It's not, obviously it's not mass market. It's a bigger sized paperback. In fact, it's almost as big as the hardcovers. But I picked it up, and then I just got it the other day, and I started just, thumbing through it, and wow, this is a high quality book. The paper is, well, I haven't read any yet, but I don't know. I know the text looks tiny. It's actually quite readable, but just it's high quality, very thick, nice paper, and I like that stuff. I like when the book is of high quality. But yeah, it's actually quite nice. So I'm looking forward to reading it. And I do have one other physical book on the way. And I'll get more books, of course, but I want to. That's a good stack for now that I'll read. I do have The Cabin at the End of the World by Paul Tremblay. I read Disappearance at Devil's Rock. I reviewed that. It's a long half an hour review, but I read and reviewed that one on here, and I loved it. I thought it was awesome. I thought, oh god, this guy's style is clicks with me. So I do want to read everything he's written. I have a lot that I want to read, but so okay, I'm gonna pick another one up. I know a lot of people really like The Head Full of Ghosts, so I think I'll save that one. But I saw that Dark Regions Press has a deluxe, Dark Regions, Cemetery Dance. They tend to do really high quality special editions of books, and they had a limited, like I think it was only 300 copies of a deluxe hardcover signed by the author. Not cheap, but I saw it was in stock. And if you've ever ordered from Dark Regions or Cemetery Dance or any of those companies before, you know that those things just boom, they're gone. Like they go really quick. So if you want to get one of those, you pretty much have to pre-order it. And sometimes you can't even pre-order it; it's just gone. So I somehow was, and I actually checked this morning, and there are still copies. So if you are interested, jump on that like today. But yeah, that'll be coming actually quite soon, within the next week or two. And yeah, that's going to be cool. I'm looking forward to reading it. It's going to be a really nice edition, and it'll be signed by the author. So that's really neat. That's all I have for books. I want to just talk about fragrances real quick. Oh, and I wanted to say, and this is going to read like an ad read, but I don't do that here, I can assure you. I actually picked up a booklight recently, one that I've been wanting to get, Huga. And I'm sure that if you go on Amazon, there's like 600,000 booklights to choose from. But I saw this one, it caught my eye because it's a warm light, which is my thing. I don't like bright white lights. I don't even really like the light in my office, but I like warm, orange, just easy look on the eyes lights. Everything I do has a blue light filter on it. It just helps my eyes. But I got this one because, it works on paperbacks, but specifically for hardcovers, you can easily just put it on the back there. And it's a great book light. And it doesn't really read on camera because it's so bright in here, but it has 3 brightness levels. I've used it. It's been great. It's really been great. And it charges via USB micro. Unfortunately, not USB-C, but yeah, it's rechargeable. And I heard the battery life is great. So, hey, if you want a good book light, get this one. And I actually also make one that has white light and amber light, if that's your thing. I recommend it. A cool little pickup. Let's talk about fragrances. I bought something recently that I've wanted to try for such a long time before I even got into fragrances. And it's, I also like soaps and stuff. I used to be very, and almost embarrassed that I was into soaps because a lot of people would tell me like, why are you into that? Like, just buy a freaking soap and use it. I can't help it. I just like these little cool things. But yeah, I've always wanted to try Caswell Massey or Macy. I think it's Caswell Massey. Kind of a bespoke luxury goods. So this is a totally luxury, superfluous purchase. This was a treat myself purchase. It was not cheap, but I wanted to try this for years. And recently I just thought, fuck it, I'm just going to get it. And it was their soap collection. This is one of the oldest companies in America, probably the oldest soap and fragrance company. But they're known for, really what they're known for is that presidents over the years have used their soaps. And I'm really into like American history and stuff. There's something to be said in there. But I'm into like presidential stuff. It's always been interesting to me. So I picked up their presidential soap set, Caswell Massey, I think. And if this is mirrored, then read it backwards or something. Or get a mirror out. First off, the presentation, you can tell that, okay, so this is worth the money. I'm going to just tell you, if you're ever looking for like a luxury soap company or something you want to try, or you wanted to try this brand in particular, it's worth the money. The packaging is amazing. It came with a catalog. and then you open it, and you get the soaps in there, and you get this little. It's the pack. It's worth it, man. Um, it's totally worth it. I'll review all of these soaps, of course, as I would with most fragrances, but I just wanted to, show you this. Also, my hair's a little crazy right now, but it came with almond, their almond cold cream one, which smells so freaking. These smell amazing, man. These smell really good. This was I think Dwight Eisenhower used this one. A really good cherry almond scent. And then number 6, which is what I'm currently using. I'd like to use each soap for a week before I review it for you. Number 6 was what George Washington used, and they make all these in colognes as well. So far, it smells really good, and I will actually say I'm surprised at how well it moisturizes the skin. There's no chemical peel. I don't know if sometimes I think you kind of actually want that for a good soap, but I'm also surprised at how freaking big these are. Like, I don't know if this comes across on camera. These are huge. I was not expecting how big they are. I think they're like 6.8 ounces or something. I don't know, but they're just the quality is just through the roof. It's so good. Triple milled, hard as a rock. Like, they will last a long time. It's not one of those things where you get a bar of soap. It's $10 for the bar, and then it's gone in like 3 days. It's gonna last probably weeks, is my guess. And then it also came with Jockey Club, which is what Kennedy tended to wear. Um, uh, this one of all the ones this smells so good. Um, Man, I mean, again, I said I'm gonna review these for you individually, but this smells so good. As soon as I smelled this, I thought, oh my goodness. I don't even know how to describe the smell. Like a spiced rose patchouli, kind of ambery scent, almost like potpourri in a way, but like really luxurious potpourri. I can see like John F. Kennedy wearing something like that. I almost want to get the cologne of this because, my God, this smells so good. They all smell old school. They definitely smell like something you would find in an apothecary. They're not like they're not particularly modern smelling, but man, the scents, the everything is just wonderful. So yeah, I'm glad that I finally just bit the bullet and just said I'm gonna treat myself. I've wanted to get these soaps for years, and I finally did it, and it was worth it. So that's that. That's everything. I haven't watched any movies or anything. I really even haven't watched television. That's a lie, actually. I watched the new season 3 of Unsolved Mysteries. So I think I will do a review of that season probably sometime next week for you folks. It was pretty good. It was okay. I've said my piece about that before. If you scroll way, 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 way back, I have a podcast episode talking about season 1. It's okay. It's not as good as the original, but they're not bad. There were a couple episodes, I will say, in this new season 3 that I thought were really good. The one about the young girl who goes missing and the train tracks thing, that one was really good. So yeah, that's me. You probably can tell I'm pretty spent, but that's how it goes. So yeah, that's everything. I hope that was thorough. I'm probably missing something, but I just wanted to make a video catching up with you and telling you what's been going on. Yeah. Let me know what's up with you. Like I said, I think I said in the beginning, although who knows. Um, Let me know what you've been reading. If you've read any of these books, you're interested. Maybe what movies have you seen lately? I know that there's been some good 4K releases lately. I've still been keeping up with things. I just haven't been buying any of them. So let me know. Did you get any fragrances? You guys know I love hearing from you. It's a lot of fun to chat with you guys. And I always thank you for watching. I think we're doing pretty well. I mean, I don't really care about subs, but I think we're over like 400 subs now, which is to me is wonderful. That's very cool. I always appreciate you guys watching and talking. That's why I'm here. I don't make money from this or anything. This is a total hobby for me. It's a lot of fun. So everybody have a wonderful day. Be safe. Don't be going out and getting that COVID. You don't want that. So yeah, be careful. Yeah, I don't have anything more to say. I'll see you next time. Bye.